Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Nicholas from Leftover Content, and welcome to Let's Play Dark Souls Remastered. In the last episode, we got our butt cheeks handed to us by some skeletons, explored some of Firelink Shrine, and I leveled myself up a little bit. I did that off screen. I'll be showing you guys my stats in a moment. That episode took a lot longer than how I wanted it to do. On my first recording, I actually fused that together with the Undead Asylum, but I thought it took too long. These are my stats. I actually boost strength, dexterity a bit, and my vitality. Like I said, I'm not really going for a particular build. I'm just kind of boosting whatever stat I feel like at that moment in time. Anyway, and now on this episode, we'll be making our way to where the first awakening bell is. Let's get started. Now, I do want to be able to wield that Zweihander I got at some point in time, but I will not be making a build known as the Giant Dad. The Giant Dad is somewhat of an interesting build among the Dark Souls community. Love it or hate it, it's here to stay. Here's a short sword, and there's this dude whiffing. I do want to actually take a look at that short sword. Oh, well, I never read this. A long hilted spear with a barbed point. Long reach can be used with a shield up, effective against hard exteriors, and hits for high damage at the right moment of an enemy's swing. But the hit radius is small and is easily blocked by shields. Zweihander, one of the gigantic straight greatswords. As the name suggests, the Zweihander is held with two hands, but its wielder must still be inhumanly strong. It is this great weight that sends foes flying when hit solidly. The short sword. This small, straight sword is widely used, to the extent only matched by a long sword. An accessible sword which inflicts constant regular damage and high thrust damage, making it applicable to a variety of situations. I don't know why I had such a hard time reading it. Yeah, if we were to take a look at it, as you can see, it is generally weaker than our battle axe by a long shot. But it does come out faster and has a thrust. Take this, there's a soul of a lost undead, and we have somebody who's raining down firebombs on us. Because they're a butthole. Okay, listen here, buddy. Alright guys, sorry about the cut there. I had to go back because I forgot to do something. But you can actually hop across this bridge right here. Just be careful because you can get stuck on the ledge because this is not a platforming game and you will fall straight to your death. But if you come over here, you can grab this, which is known as the Ring of Sacrifice. The Ring of Sacrifice is a very interesting item. This mystic ring was created in a sacrificial rite of Valkyrie, the goddess of sin. Its wearer will lose nothing upon death, but the ring itself breaks. You will not lose your souls or your soft humanity. I also think that you will not become a hollow upon dying, so nothing happens upon death except that the ring breaks, and I probably should have equipped it right there. Now, game, you know full well that's not where I died. Boop. Really? Well, we're doing this. Fuck you too, then. He drops something upon death. He can actually drop one firebomb. I didn't know he could drop that. I really won't be going over drop rates in this case unless it's like for a boss or something. As going over every single enemy's drop rate would seem kind of like overkill. And I'm getting my ass cheeks handed to me. If we go to the other side of this, we can get a soul of a lost undead. And we go in here. If you immediately turn right or turn left, you'll see a rat here. Rats are a very good, interesting enemy to keep track of because when you kill them, they have a low chance of dropping humanity. Very interesting as to why rat drops humanity. Makes you really wonder what a humanity is. If we went to the end of this, this does not open from this side. So we're going to have to go this way instead. Rats are a good way of farming humanity, but that's not the best rat farming spot yet. We'll be going over that in a second. But what I have to say is welcome to the Undead Purge. Or Undead Purge, yeah. The Undead Burg. I'm smart. Take out this guy, no problem. He will be throwing firebombs at you. I recommend trying to get to him as quick as possible. I was a little bit slow trying to get to him because I don't know how to play this game. And oh, I just kicked his poor body across the realm. If we go over here and we roll through this, there's actually an item here that you can get. A large soul of a lost undead. Those souls are, while very not important, are also very important. There is an ambush here, and they do have some hyper armor because this game does not like you or respect you. These hollows have a really good chance of dropping the broken short sword. Just in case you're wondering. There's usually a third one. I guess not. Yeah, they have a high amount of hyper armor. If you're having trouble with them, because there is a lot of them, just go through this door, time your swings, take them out. They all die in one hit from most of the starting weapons. But let's see what they were guarding. Rubbish. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. Amazing. But you might notice there's an item down there. That item, I don't know how to get. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to get that item. Over here's a humanity. But back to me not knowing how to get that item. Yeah, I don't remember how to get that item. I saw it on my practice file when I was playing with my friend, and on the file where I was playing by myself, I also didn't notice it. And I'm like, what is that? I do believe that it's just you come over here, maybe? But there's nothing over here. So I'm really confused as to... Actually, this hollow actually helped me find these. This is where you go to get this item. That hollow just helped us. It's just a soul of a lost undead. I'm mad. Actually, I'm stupid because I came in here on my practice file on my first recording and didn't go up those stairs. Or I didn't go down that path. Wow, I'm stupid. I noticed that we never talked about the large soul of a lost undead. I'm not gonna go over the rubbish. I'm gonna go over the rubbish. But if we look at the large soul of a lost undead, large soul of a lost hollow who has long ago gone hollow. It says the same thing. That's why I didn't really go over it. But rubbish has no value. Who in their right mind would bother carrying this around? Perhaps you need help. It's kind of funny. I like that. But anyway, I'm having like a really bad headache right now. We could traverse the white light. Nothing's on the other side as far as we can tell. If we come up here, however, this jump. I've seen it stated many a times that the jump across from there to there is entirely possible. Over here is an item, Soul of a Lost Undead. I've never been able to make it. When I was practicing, I didn't make it. When I was playing with my friend, we didn't make it. I'll be showing you a much easier way to make that jump momentarily. But for now, we have to go up this way and... Alright guys, that's it for this series. I'll see you all in the next Let's Play. We'll be moving on to Dark Souls 3. See you all next time. Enough joking aside, that dragon always scares the crap out of me whenever I see it. We have... This man got his jump training from Mario. If we look over there, though, we can see what appears to be a hollow just sitting there. He's got a couple things with him. And it seems the only way to get to him is through that door there. We can see that there's 2 hollows with spears on top of that building. Maybe they're guarding him for some reason? I don't know. Let's go find out. We come up here. There will be a hollow that's raining down arrows on you. Dodge him. Get up here and quickly take him out. Or the other thing you can do is you can actually just straight up hug the wall. That was a really lucky break that I just got. He died and he dropped some of his hollow armor. The hollow armor is 1 weaker, but it will make my equip load slightly heavier. As long as I'm still mid-rolling, I'm happy. If we come over here, this is the building with the 2 spearmen. They like the turtle behind their shield. Simply kick their shield out of the way. It gives you enough time to do 1 strike. There we are. And, strange. There's no entrance down there. Maybe we jump over. That didn't work. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, they hide a not-so-obvious stairway down. However, we can talk to this man. This guy is known as the male merchant. So, why don't we have a little discussion with him?
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
He will sell you items. Now, here's the thing about this guy. I'm a jerk to him. Straight up, I'm a jerk to him. On my other file, I bought what I needed from him, which I bought the bottomless box and the repair box from him, which I haven't used the repair box at all. But I did kill him, and I'll show you on screen exactly what he drops upon death. Oh, I just clicked something, oopsies. But yeah, he doesn't really drop anything important on death except for this soapstone right here. That's only if you need it. But the main thing that he has for sale is this residence key. I cannot stress you pick that up. Also, I recommend you pick up a bow if you have enough souls. I'm gonna actually buy a couple arrows right now. I wish that I could just skip up to 10 at a time, but you can't. I'm gonna buy 50 arrows, and I'm gonna come back for the longbow. The dried finger. So anyway, let's look at this. Online play item, write, view, and rate messages. Messages transmit to other worlds where they are rated. Also rate messages of others. In Lordran, the flow of time is distorted, and messages allow undead to assist or deceive one another. Very interesting item. I really love the orange soapstone. Let's look at the dried finger. Online play item, dried finger with multiple knuckles. Used to strengthen connection to other worlds, allowing the summoning of a 3rd phantom, but also a 2nd dark spirit. Also makes the summoning of a dark spirit occur earlier. Use with caution. I highly recommend you want that bow for something we'll be doing later in the game. The bow is indeed very helpful, albeit not that helpful, but still helpful nonetheless. Coming through here, we have some of these hollows. These hollows, like I said, they can drop their broken short sword. You can aggro 2 of them at a time. I do recommend keeping your distance in case they decide to do their jumping attack at you. Climbing up here, we actually get to a roof. We can get 10 throwing knives. You might recognize this is the area that we first started in as we walked up the Undead Burg. There's our little stairway right over there. And this is up to you whether or not it's worth it. But this was the jump we couldn't make earlier. From the roof, this jump is basically impossible to mess up unless you decide to go 90 miles an hour in the complete opposite direction. But you can come up here and you get a light crossbow with 2 standard bolt, or with 16 standard bolts. Crossbows aren't the best in Dark Souls 1. simply because there is no manual aiming with them. You can manual aim with a bow and arrow, but you can't manual aim with a crossbow. I don't know why that is, but the only situation I can see the crossbows are much more offensively based, while bows are more defensively based, if that makes any sense. I don't know why they decided to do that, but they did. In later installments, you can manual aim with a crossbow. There's an item over here, which is a wooden shield. If you do not have any shield up until this point, that's a good shield to have. In here is a boss fire, is a bonfire. I'm going to light it for now, so that way our checkpoint is now here in case we meet an untimely end. But I don't want to rest at it just yet. I do want to push forward a little bit because I do want those 1,000 souls. Coming in here, I highly recommend immediately divoting to the right and attacking one of these two. Do not miss like I did. I didn't want to roll. Oh, nope, you gotta rest. You have to rest at a bonfire in order to change your checkpoint. I thought you just had to light it. I wish I wasn't garbage at this fucking game. Quick thing to note about backstabs. You have a ton of iframes during them. So, yeah. Just a bit of an FYI. Okay, I just didn't block for some reason. That was interesting. This enemy actually indeed dropped an item for me that I would much prefer using, the long sword. The long sword has around 80 physical damage, plus 12. The plus 12 is from my strength scaling, my strength and dex scaling. While I use standard straight sword, only matched in what even is that? An accessible sword which inflicts constant regular damage and high slash damage, making it applicable to various situations. We are going to use that more often because I do enjoy the short sword more because its thrust is very useful. Alright, now that we have those 1,000 souls, we are going to go and get the bow from the male merchant. We have these faces in our way. Not only that, but its thrust attack comes out its heavy attack comes out much quicker, and you can have a quicker combo game. These guys can also drop their spear. If you don't know what you want to get, simply look at these weapons, and there's actually a lot of good ones here. The rapier is very, very good. I highly recommend getting a rapier. I like using them. I believe they're one of the more fun weapons, but they're not for everybody. I said that they're very good. Don't take that too seriously. If I say something's very good, I'm just saying it's very fun to use. Same thing with a club. The clubs are also really fun, but not this club. The big clubs are where it's at, ladies and gents. Now, what I'm going to do with my bow is I probably cannot wield it efficiently, but let's look at its display. As you can see, I cannot. You need 12 dexterity to wield a bow. Small bow, standard projectile weapon, equip arrows to use. Hold bow and press L1 to aim. Aim for the heads of humanoid foes. Press L2 and R2 to change the type of arrows. I am still going to equip it even though I can't wield it efficiently, because it's still just better to have. Don't forget to equip your arrows. The other one is your bolts. Make sure you're not fat rolling anytime you equip a weapon. I don't really look at my number. I rather just look at my roll. Now, here's something that I want to recommend to you guys. And I can't stress this enough, even though I've been having a really crappy time. When you rest at a regular bonfire, let me do this real quick, hold on. I'm gonna pop 2 humanity real quick. I didn't realize I already had the one. When you rest at a bonfire, that's supposed to give you back your Estus. You might have noticed I'm still at 9 Estus, meaning it didn't give me back my Estus. That's because this bonfire is actually unkindled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse my hollowing to become human. And I'm going to kindle this bonfire. By kindling this bonfire, it will now restore my Estus up to a maximum of 10 instead of 5. I recommend kindling this bonfire because we will be visiting this bonfire quite a bit. I highly recommend it. I revisit it quite a bit. If you don't want to do it, don't have to. I don't see a lot of people actually kindling it. I just thought it was something that I would like to have kindled. Especially if you're trying to co-op with a friend. Cut through these enemies like they're no big deal. Sadly, we don't have the ability to wield our bow. Otherwise, we'd be sniping those dudes who are throwing down haymakers at us. Just take your time in this room. Don't get overzealous. Wait for one of them to attack. You can get behind the other one and try for a backstab. It is a little risky, however. I saw an opportunity where I could stab both of them, and I took it. He dropped his waistcloth, which is very nice. His waistcloth isn't as powerful as my other one. But whatever. I'm not going to equip it. I do want to look at what it says. Armor worn by hollow warriors. It is made of thick leather that is tethered with age. It is tethered. It is so tethered that it barely serves its purpose anymore. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's signifying that yes, they are decaying. They have been here a while. They've been wearing their stuff for a very long time. The combo that I'm continuing to use with the okay. That is their most devastating attack if you're caught like how I was. Well, I was caught in a very bad situation where my sword just didn't connect with him. Alright, we come in here. We can open up this chest and get 5 black fire bombs. Very useful, very useful. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze, so I cut that out. I don't want you guys hearing my nasty, nasty sneezes. If we get completely fucked on by those two, we could circle around this guy and fucking die. That went terribly for me. Wow, I've never had that happen. Now, what I was trying to show off is that if you can run around him and usually get a backstab, but for some reason they had the most immaculate accuracy of all time and prevented me from doing it. I've never had that problem until just now, but it's a real issue. Alright, moving on from that awful display of skill. If you come up here, there are these dickheads who are throwing down those fire bombs from earlier. One of them will try... Listen here, Faggoccino. Anyway, we can come up here and grab this. I'm so glad that I decided to kindle that bonfire. If you really are having trouble with an area, simply kindle the bonfire so you can have more Estus flasks than just your usual 5. I'm so glad that I did this because I'm having trouble with the baby starting area. You dropped the firebomb for us. Gladly appreciate it. We're at 3 now. Don't ask why I'm missing so many. But you remember that residence key we bought earlier? Well, we can use it to open this door now. Highly, highly recommend you get the residence key. Because if we come over in here, you can get gold pine resin. We'll be going over that in a second. I'm actually kind of in a dangerous area where I really can't go over that. Go in here and you can actually walk up these stairs and we can take out this archer who is waiting to ambush us when we walk down those stairs. Take him out, grab his hollow soldier armor, which is better than the current armor that I'm wearing, I think. You can walk down these stairs and lure one of them up at a time. Got a parry on him. Get him out of here. You can actually get a plunging attack on them and kill them that way if you want extra style. Punish him for trying to heal. Yes, enemies can indeed heal. Take him out. Grab this Titanite shard. Now then, let's go over the gold pine resin that we found. Rare pine resin which emits golden sparks. Apply lightning to the right-handed weapon. Afflicted weapon inflicts rare lightning damage, making it effective against targets which are resilient to both magic and fire. Very effective against dragon family foes. Now, we're pretty full on things that we need, but because we have a lot of Estus, I don't think we need to have that equipped right now. I do want to keep other things equipped, such as my binoculars, for the sake of I want to show you guys cool things. If we come down here, this enemy right here is a Black Knight. He can be incredibly challenging. Only attempt to fight him if you think you are ready. Where does that go? You can throw a black firebomb at him for a decent amount of damage to start off the fight. I do recommend backpedaling the fight up the stairs, so that way you have slightly more room to fight him. If you mess up on a parry, which is really the real way you want to be fighting him, back up. Back up and try again. Remember to relock on during that. I decided to block instead of trying to roll away. I did not feel like risking it for the biscuit. As you can see, he has a lot of armor. I'm gonna pop an Estus real quick. I messed up that. No, if you get hit during your healing, it will stop the healing you would have gotten right then and there. Why are you being so aggressive now? I hate this fucker sometimes. There it goes. He went down. I did cheese this fight. I did actually fight him on my practice file. I do have footage of that where I kind of parried him to death. It is entirely possible to keep parrying him over and over and over again until he's dead. I'm showing the footage right now, hopefully. As you can see, I actually backstepped like a dumbass pushing the wrong button. Yes, I know. I'm very good at the game. But if we come over here, we get the blue tear stone ring. The blue tear stone ring, I highly recommend straight up equipping. The rare gem called a tear stone has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This blue tear stone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. And is it just me, or does it annoy anybody else that defense is spelled with a C in this? Just me? Okay, it's just me. Now if we come up here, you can see that there is an obviously made trap right up there. If you feel like being a butthole, you can try to arc one of your regular fire bombs up there with your camera. I'm gonna try to do it because I'm an asshole. Do it! Nope. What? I got hit by it. Wow, I'm impressed. Real quick, I do want to show off something. You can fall down this area right here. There is nothing for you to gain right here. There's no items. But if you do come down here, simply walk off this edge right here and land on this small little platform. This will take you back to where the Black Knight was. And we can just go up these stairs. I'm pointing this out because I fell down, or my friend fell down there while we were test playing together. And he got stuck, and it was just bad days all around. It took us like 5 minutes to figure out how to get out of there. It was terrible. We're going to ignore that door that's right there because we can't actually access it right now. It is locked. But if we come up here, we're going to ignore the ooh, shiny, shiny. and go right here. Inside that first barrel is what appears to be some sort of golden lizard. You're going to stab the hell out of it until it's dead. I said until it's dead, not until it's moderately dead. Why did I roll? Killing it will give you 2 Twinkling Titanite and a Titanite chunk. Ooh. Now, those drops are slightly randomized, so you might not get those drops every time. I do have 2 in my humanity, so you might just want to have that as well, as that is boosting my item discovery. We go through here, and we can't go back. Clear signs that we are probably going to be fighting something big right about now. If we climb up these ladders, however, there are 2 archers. These archers are butts. You'll see why in a moment. Because a lot of people don't actually think to do that. Going to climb back down the ladder. I've seen a lot of people talking about how they don't know how to slide down ladders. If you just hold circle while on the ladder, you'll go down. Don't push any direction. Don't be moving. Just push circle, and you'll go down the ladder. I'm going to apply the gold pine resin to our sword. And here it comes. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Tauros demon. As soon as the fight starts, I recommend backpedaling to the tower once more so you can climb up here. Sometimes it is a little hard to get here because he will charge as soon as he lands sometimes. A little bit of a spoiler, guys. The Tauros demon actually has force to where you just get flung off a ladder at 30 miles an hour. In case you guys didn't know, I was playing on New Game Plus 93. It's only a move that occurs in New Game Plus 95. So for him to do it now is actually kind of cheating. It was not me flubbing the controls at the last second for some unknown reason. Second verse, same as the first. Except without the dying this time. All right, cool. You can. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I was stuck. Now you can actually backpedal to this. It is very risky doing it this way. Luckily, he didn't hit me. I'm going to show you something that you can do. If you decide to wait up here for a little bit, he will jump up here. What just hit me? This will give you more room to fight him if you think fighting on the bridge is not working out. And he also will jump back down if you decide to go down. I just wanted time to reapply my gold pine resin. Wait, why was I two-handing? Now, like I said, if we were fighting a boss, I will talk about their rare drops. This boss has a low chance of dropping the Demon's Great Axe. I'll post an image of it on screen or its stats, so that way if you want to get it, you can try and grind it out. But these are its stats. I don't even know its stats actually, but it looks. I would assume it's decent. Maybe. I think all weapons in this game are pretty good. Anyway, now we continue. Past the Charles Demon to see what he was guiding.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind. Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Solaire is one of the most popular characters of the Dark Souls community, and it's not hard to see why. We'll go into more detail about Solaire later on. Now then, before you decide to try and go across this bridge, I highly recommend making sure your health is full. There are a lot of hollows on this bridge and the fight could get crazy. It could also get really crazy because there's a fire-breathing dragon that burns everything down on it. Anyway, as you can see, I actually quickly ran and took the right path. If you do this and kick down this ladder, you'll be able to go down this and access a bonfire. Oh, but this is the bonfire from earlier, the one that I kindled. This is why I recommend doing this. You now have access to this bonfire and all 10 Estus flasks if you decided to kindle it. But now we have to figure out a way of getting across that bridge while somehow avoiding that dragon. We'll deal with that next time. Next time on Dark Souls Remastered. We'll be continuing on to see what the Charles Demon was guiding and see if we can get past that dragon. See you guys next time. There he is, now he's looking at the camera.